today I wanted to talk about diets. We're often told that diets need to be made more sustainable and that the reason that we can't stick to them is because they're not sustainable. But what does sustainable actually mean and what kind of diet are we on? Because there's two different meanings to the diet word. There's the diet where it's just our day-to-day regime, like our natural, normal diet. And there's a diet that is more specific to a goal that we might want to achieve, such as a calorie deficit, trying to go towards fat loss. So when we're actually looking at this diet that's going towards fat loss, we don't it doesn't actually have to be sustainable. It just needs to be able to be done for a certain amount of time for us to achieve that goal. And something that is often missed with diets like that towards a goal is breaks. So when we say that a diet needs to be sustainable, it has to be sustainable for a certain amount of time, say 4 to 6 weeks, and then you can have a break and then carry on after that. And so I'm mentioning this because being in a calorie deficit, it's hard, and sometimes we feel like it's just going to go on forever and we can't actually sustain it. But if we actually realise that what we're doing is just a phase, it's short term, so that we can achieve a long-term goal, and just break it down, and so we don't need to be able to sustain this for the rest of our life, but just a week at a time, month at a time, and then we can change things there. But what does need to be sustainable is our habits. So basic habits that translate from our specific diet, which is towards fat loss, and habits that are in our normal day-to-day regime, normal diet of maintaining life and health. So things like sleep, things like water, eating fruit, vegetables, having balanced meals full of protein, carbs, fats. Those habits are what are and do need to be sustainable, and our mindset around it, but the actual specificity behind our diet, so say a calorie deficit, doesn't need to be sustainable. We don't need to do that for long term. Like I say, if we have got a long-term fat loss goal that we can't just achieve in 6 weeks, because most of the time we can't just lose all the fat in 6 weeks, it is a longer-term goal, but we can have breaks within that. So a period, a phase of a calorie deficit, have a little break, go back up to maintenance, work on habits, and then go back to it. So even then it's sustainable for a certain amount of time, and you have a break, and then you carry on, because being in a calorie deficit, it's not sustainable. Like, we can't expect to be in a calorie deficit forever, otherwise we'll just waste away and die. So we do need to have those breaks as well. So again, just highlighting this so that you realise that we don't need to sustain a calorie deficit forever, but what we can work on is our sustainability of our habits. So work and how they can work into our day-to-day life, whether we're trying to diet and achieve a specific goal, or whether we're trying to diet and just achieve general health. So if sustaining your diet has been something that you've struggled with in the past or currently, then drop me a message, because this is something that I help people with so that they can actually achieve their goals. And if you found this video helpful, then please share it, like it, and let me know in the comments what you thought, or you can just drop me a message and let me know how it's helped you.